My Mother at 66 is written by Kamala. She can be classified as a feminist poet, and she embraced Islam towards the later part of her life. In this poem, she talks about the fear of losing her parent, because she knows that eventually her mother will leave her behind and go to her heavenly abode, and that fear is there deep inside her heart, and that troubles her a lot, and that fear is translated into words in the form of this poem. The poem goes like this. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. So she was driving from her parents' home to Cochin, a nearby city, and as she was driving, she saw her mother beside her in the passenger seat. She saw her mother. And how did she look like? She looked like this. So the mother was sitting beside her in the passenger seat, and what did she feel on seeing her mother? She felt, I saw my mother beside me, doze, open mouth, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. So she saw her mother, and she found that the color of the face of her mother is ashen like that of ash, faded. It has lost its luster, glow, because the face is old. In this face there is no luster, there is no glow. The face is old. And she looked like that of a corpse, a dead body. The mother looked like that of a dead body. And then the poet realized, with what? With pain, that she was as old as she looked. She realized that the mother looked old, and she was in years also very old. She not only looked old, but in years also she was old. That means she has moved very near to death, to demise, to uncertainty. As she looked, that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at the window. What did she do? She put that thought away, thought of the loss of her mother, that thought away, and she looked out of the window like this. And what did she see outside? She saw this. When she looked out of the window, she saw this. What did she see out of the window? This is what she saw out of the window. Why did she see this? Because the car was moving forward, and it seemed as if the trees outside, the young trees, those trees were running, sprinting. She writes here, but soon put the thought away and looked out at the young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes, but after the airport security check. Okay, fine. So in one side she saw her mother, and on the other side she saw the trees sprinting, running, the young trees full of energy, and along with the trees, small children, little children coming out of their house to play. They were all happy, they were all merry, they were all full of life. So she was in the middle driving, and then on one side she has her mother who is old, who is on the verge of death, and on the other side she is seeing youth, she is seeing vibrancy, she is seeing childhood, she is seeing growth, she is seeing possibilities. So the two sides are contrasted. In one side we have the mother, on the other side we have the children and the running trees, the growing trees, the young trees. Then she writes, but after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her. So she was going to the airport, and in the airport she had her security check, and after the security check she was standing on the other side, and she was trying to say goodbye to her mother. And as she was trying to do that, she looked at her mother, and she found her wan and pale. She found her wan and pale. She looked at her mother. So after the security check, she again looked at her mother to tell her goodbye, and then she observed her looks. She could not help observing the old age reflected in the face of the mother. And how did her mother look like? She looked wan, she looked pale, as a late winter's moon, and felt that ache. And the mother looked like a late winter's moon when it is foggy, and when the moon doesn't dazzle, but it looks very faded, and it looks very colorless, and it looks as if it's not clearly visible. The look on her mother's face was like that. And then she felt familiar ache, felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. So she felt her childhood's fear. What was her childhood's fear? The fear that she will lose her mother and she will be left all alone in the world. So that fear she felt. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. So she said, see you soon, Amma. As we say when we wish goodbye, when we bade farewell, then we say, see you soon. We have the hope in our heart that again we'll be meeting this person. See you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. And with that farewell, she just smiled at her mother. It could be that she is smiling at the irony of the situation, because when she says, see you soon, Amma, it could also mean that old age is inevitable for all of us, and eventually we all will become one day old, and we will also embrace death. So maybe that is what she meant. Maybe she just smiled out of her frustration because she did not want to go. She wanted to be with her mother. She wanted to take care of her mother. But for some reason, she had to leave her alone. And she was very uncertain. She was very unsure in her heart that this meeting will not be the last meeting. She hoped to see her mother, but then she had her doubts. She was not sure about that. This is a sad poem. Why this is a sad poem? Because it makes us feel how vulnerable the people are who are there around us, whom we love. We may lose them anytime, any day, and they may not come back ever again. So this poem tells us that we need to take care of the people who are old, because they need us. They need our emotional support. They need our care. They need us to be beside them